Well, this is my review of the twin bagger system. This is fitted to a 42-inch yard mower, troy-bilt automatic Bronco. This is the twin 6.5 bushel model, around about $299. If you want to see step by step exactly how easy this is to fit and what's involved, then please carry on watching. Any comments you have or questions you have along the video, please do ask them in the comments section. Keep watching now. Okay, well, welcome. This is my review of the 42-inch twin bagging unit for my troy-bilt Bronco automatic. These are all the parts laid out on the floor. This does fit a wide variety of machines, so I'm not convinced we're going to need quite all of these parts. Possibly these metal plates are for different things. You've got the bagging units there that fit in the rails there, hood cover there, and various attachments. So I'm going to open the instructions, see what fits to what. Okay, well, first things first, always read the instructions. The first thing you need to find is the model number of your tractor, and this is under the plate under the seat according to this. So I'm going to have a look at that, and there we go. Right, I'll look at the model number and see what we have to do from there. Okay, well, on the model number it appears to be from the instructions that you look for the middle 2 or 3 digits, which in my case here is the 78, where you've got V78K there. So I'm going to go and see which bits we have to pick to go with model 78. Okay, before I progress onwards, one very important thing here. Notices references to left and right indicate the left and right sides of the tractor when facing forward in the operator's position. So when you're looking at it from the back, your left is going to be a left, your right is going to be a right, if that makes sense. Okay, references to the front indicate where the headlights are, the rear to rear towards the rider. Okay, the first part is just going through the instructions, asking you to check what you've got on here, and I've assembled everything into the same kind of order as it is roughly laid out on the floor. Okay, first thing is to check the contents of the hardware pack. Just unpack those, lay them out on the floor, roughly the same order as are in the diagram, just checking everything's there, which it is. Okay, well, as I mentioned, sure, some of these parts won't necessarily be used for every model. This bag of parts here is used for the 700 series tractors only, so I'm going to leave those to one side as mine is 78. Next thing I'm going to do, the first thing on the list, assemble the mounting brackets. So read through that and assemble them. Okay, well, first up I'm going to assemble each side of this. I have another plate there which goes on the other side. You need one carriage bolt on the inside and one spinner on the outside. Okay, well, that's the first bit of the mounting bracket put together with both sides on. They do need quite a firm tweak on these, but then I think they've got no little nuts in there to locate them so that they don't vibrate loose, which is good news. Okay, the next stage is to attach the hitching support, which is this, in to the rear bracket. At this stage I discovered my model is actually one of the 700 series models, so I need to fit these brackets to the holes on the back of my mower before proceeding further. This hitching the bracket just fits with the turnbuckle, coach screw inside, and the turnbuckle on the outside other side. There's quite some weight in that. You need it sort of like that, with the hooks facing upwards and the curved bits towards the top or the back plate for the 700 series model. Okay, well, I've got my mounting brackets ready. These are already bolted through. There are also 2 of these pins with a hole through, and circlips there. You recommended to keep these aside for the minute and bolt the brackets in to these 2 holes. If you can see where my thumb and forefinger are there on either side, using these bolts. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, tighten both brackets on now. These bolts are self-tapping bolts, so going to need a ratchet to put them on with. Okay, now for the next part. These hooks are going to be lifted up and fitted on the spigot on the bracket that we've just put on there, and this centre hole here is going to align with one of these. Okay, well, I've got these 2 clevis pins here. One is going to go in through the hole on this side, and one through the hole on this side, so it's getting a little dark in here. And the larger pin here is going to go through the hole in the centre. All of them should be pushed from the outside and the wire clip on the inside. Okay, got the back bracket on. This is now the bagger mounting plate. There are 3 holes on the back here, marked A, B and C. Hopefully you can see that. The middle one is B, which is recommended for a 42-inch deck, which mine is. So when this plate goes on and it clamps over the top, I'm going to align it up with position B. Okay, well, with a bit of wiggling and jiggling around there, I've got the thing aligned with the middle hole there for the point of fixing in, which is hole B, 42-inch deck. Just clamps over the top like that, so the bracket takes the weight. Okay, it simply fits on with one of the remaining carriage bolts and spin-on clamps, and just fastens on like that. Okay, got the basket hanger bracket assembly here, and that simply slides on over the top here, and then in this hole in the middle there, I'm going to use the remaining coach bolt and spin-on screw to fasten that in place. Okay, that's my remaining bolt in place, nice and firm on there, not going anywhere. So back to the instructions. Okay, the next step after fitting the bag assembly on there is to begin to fit the housing on. This cover snaps on with this side first, aligned with that red line before snapping the back on. So it tells me, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, that's snapped into place. It's an interestingly firm fit, I think is the politest way of saying it. Okay, the next step is going to be to fit the grass catcher cover in to these 2 tabs, which are going to form a hinge down here. So I'm going to have to jiggle that around a bit, and you're going to definitely need to read the instructions on that. Doesn't sound overly easy. Okay, well, I've positioned it on the top there. It sits so you've got this hinge pin, the hinge here, and I'm going to push. I think it's possibly even going to come from, no, not from underneath, going to come from on top. Go through there, and then there is a little window down here for using to be able to align it at the other end. So I'm going to need both hands to do this. Well, that was actually far easier than I thought. This hole is very easy to line the little pin up through there to go in what is in essence another one of these on the other end. This little tab here, it's very handy, simply stops it coming out. So that is the whole thing now hinged, so you can get access to the bag. It's very neat, very simple. Okay, well, the next job is to insert the bags, and it refers to the tight mesh side facing forwards. Now you think, well, there isn't a tight mesh side, the whole thing's floppy. Well, if you look at it, only that front one has the 2 seams. There are no seams in the back, so that I'm guessing they're calling the tight mesh side. So that simply pops in there, rear in first, and locks down there. So I'll do the other one now. Well, so it looks to be coming together now. So I've just got the side connection chute to fit on now, and only a handful of parts to fit. Okay, just reading the instructions on fitting the deck chute. You need to look to see if your deck has a stud on it. Mine does. This means it is the newer model, and you therefore need to follow the instructions for fitting the newer model. You need to remove this rubber cap off of the deck stud before progressing. Okay, well, when you raise your deck chute up to install this, at that end, that hole is going to go over that stud. This is going to go through a tiny little hole just by your deck wheel there, so I'll need both hands to do it. Okay, well, you can clearly see the pin going through the front wheel mounting bracket there now, and the other end of the cover goes over the bolt that I just took the cap off. So, nearly there. Okay, to secure the deck down, you're just going to use the last remaining spin-on fastener to clamp that down nice and tight. Well, on the last bit now, this is the upper discharge tube. Just going to peel this sticky back plastic off of here and fit this tape around that flange. Okay, final part of the mounting process. With the cover open, you swing this inside. So it took a bit of effort there. You've got the cover through there now, and this tube is then going to insert into that one. Okay, that last bit requires a bit of wiggling and jiggling. You have to move this tube down over the other one until such a stage that the foam gasket that you've just installed is encapsulated between this and there to provide like a semi-airtight seal. And I think that is us set to go. Okay, well that concludes my review of the twin bagger for my 42-inch yard mower. This is a troy-bilt automatic Bronco it's fitted to. Very simple to fit in general. I would say probably allow an hour to fit that, taking slightly longer, but then I've been videoing it step by step for you guys along the way. Hopefully you found this of use. To simply locks down by pulling it over there when you're in motion. Overall, I would say, looks on the face of it, very good value for money. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, please do subscribe.